Hello everyone, Miscellaneous here and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, this is where I take you to see offbeat, interesting and quirky tourist attractions. Today I'm going to take you to a really relaxing delight, and that's Glasgow Botanic Gardens. It's nothing like the size of the behemoth that is Kew Gardens. In fact, Glasgow Botanic Gardens is only 8 acres in size, but that's part of its beauty. You don't get tired out from endless schlepping around, and it's a good way to spend a couple of hours. Come and take a walk in my shoes and I'll show you some fantastic ferns, some beautiful statues and art installations, and I'll even show you a hidden pond that came as something of a surprise when I stumbled across it. I will also show you what I thought were Alexander Greek Thomson's 60 steps. As you can see, I've dressed appropriately. I've got a pretty flower in my hair. You might want to do the same, blokes included. Come and take a walk in my shoes, and remember to give me a thumbs up, click subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Come on, let's go. The gardens started off life a couple of miles away in Southchehall Street in 1817. The gardens flourished and the new home was acquired. They opened on this site in 1842. We're in the Kibble Palace glasshouse, which is an elegant rotunda. Statues abound in here. The guy in this corner is Cain. And over here we have King Robert of Sicily. The entrance fish pond has an Australian soft tree fern growing on its central island and goldfish inside it. And on entering the main circular section, we are greeted by this sensual statue called Eve. Look at the gorgeous armrest of this seat. It has a fox on it. Isn't that cute? Behind that, the statue is called Ruth. What is it we have hanging here? On the chair, they look like butternut squash. The installation to the left is called photosynthesis. There are 9 of those in total. This statue is called the Sisters of Bethany. And the Kibble Palace was once a private conservatory designed for John Kibble and situated in Coalport on Loch Long, about 42 miles away. The Kibble Palace moved here in 1873 and initially opened as a concert hall. Here we have the elf. The Kibble Palace was also a meeting place, and the likes of Gladstone and Disraeli have spoken here. The statue to the left is called Stepping Stones, and further round from that you have the Nubian slave. The Kibble Palace houses temperate plants, including the National Tree Fern collection, containing plants mostly from Australia and New Zealand. But plants from Southern Africa, temperate Asia and South America also feature here. We've done a full circle and we're back with Eve again. There is a central section too, and I just want to take you in there, back to the butternut squash. At least that's what I think they are. I could be wrong. The ferns are interspersed with colourful flowers. I just wanted to show you this weird curly plant just because I liked it. I have no idea what it is though, I'm no botanist. Walking through the central section, and I had to be careful not to get watered. I didn't want to get my camera soaked. Another one of the installations, they represent divided light, and another one here too. Photosynthesis is a system of biological processes by which green plants and other organisms convert light energy into growth energy. These are strelitzias, and they are named after Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. I adore this flower. It reminds me of a bird of paradise. She was the wife of King George III. A section dedicated to carnivorous plants is housed inside one of the transepts. Picture plants are one of my favourites. I always seek out paintings of them when in the Marion North Gallery. She's my favourite artist, and her gallery is in Kew Gardens. The curator gave us a demonstration of how a Venus flytrap works. I then went outside and headed for the main range glasshouse. The main range glasshouse starts with an explanation of a biome. That's a geographical location with a distinct climate and vegetation and animal life specific to its region. Expect to see begonias, orchids and palms in here, not to mention more filmy ferns. Is that a bug hotel, or is it just a decorative feature?
Yeah.
It was much warmer in here, and I had to be careful to ensure that my camera lens did not steam up.
No, it's going in the way.
Here we walk into an arid section with plenty of cacti. We have a purple profusion here in the shape of this bush. What a beautiful colour. We have succulents in here as well, and I did wonder what these pipes were for. Surely these plants didn't need watering. Then it occurred to me that they were part of the heating system. Now this was my favourite section. Look, at the end here we have a fern curtain. Isn't that magnificent? If you're in Glasgow, don't miss out on doing this. It's certainly very relaxing. We couldn't go upstairs. Never mind. The tropical section was the pinnacle of the Botanic Gardens for me. We have some potted begonias in here. And now we come to the highlight of my day, which was a real hidden surprise. We have a little pond right at the end, and I wasn't expecting that. It reminds me of Syon House. They have a conservatory which also has a pond right at the end of it. Syon House is in Surrey, and I'll put a link in the description. There were goldfish swimming in here. Do check out my blog, there is lots more information on there. Underwear out of hair. We headed down to the Riverwalk. Even though on every map we saw it said it was closed off, it was most certainly open. But I needed both hands for this. Yes, the side railings were a tad manky and there were parts of metal missing in places. This part certainly looks in need of repair. Here we are walking beside the River Kelvin, and this little bridge goes beside, not over the river. I can just about make out the humpback bridge to the left. And here we are on the humpback bridge. Taking in the lovely view of the River Kelvin to one side, and Queen Margaret Bridge on the other side. We got to the end and found what we thought were Alexander Greek Thomson's 60 steps. Up we climbed, and there were definitely 60 of them, I counted. We will have to come back another time though. More investigation has revealed the existence of 2 disused railway stations on this site, so some more nosy parkering beckons. We also missed going in the long pit glasshouse, so I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay, it looks like one long potting shed, but I would have loved to have seen it. At the time, little did we know that these were definitely not Alexander Greek Thomson's 60 steps. We got to the top and then nothing. Now, had we have walked out of the gate and turned right, we'd have seen what we needed to see. But we didn't. Look, you can see the Super Dean shrugging here. Here's a PDF of what the steps do look like. They're not far away. And look down and you can see me wearing my usual unsuitable footwear. We headed off back the way we'd come. Back up in the gardens, and here's a pergola. I'm looking for the rose garden. A little secret bit behind here. I believe I spied the roses, so I knew I was going in the right direction. Arbour. And here we are with the roses.
Hello, mate.
We're now entering the scented border and herb garden, and there are some dye plants just to the right. Some little friends running around, and a vegetable garden and potager behind that.
Yeah, they've been, they knew.
This part was the potager, and the word is French for kitchen garden, and translates literally as for the pot. Potagers traditionally are supposed to be visible from the house, so therefore should be aesthetically pleasing.
Here's Rosemary. I think I saw mint in there.
As we left, Dean said, "Oh look, there's you in the flower bed at the front." There was no need for that now, was there? A special shout out to Glasgow Subway, which got us the 4 stops to where we needed to be. I don't drive, and many of my posts reference using public transport. It's the 3rd oldest underground train system in the world, and aren't the trains cute? Thank you for watching, and I do hope you've enjoyed the video. You might want to check out some of my other Glasgow vlogs too. The links are here. Remember to give me a thumbs up. You might want to click subscribe too. It is free, and hit that notifications bell. Ta-ta for now.